final say.
Jehovah has the final say.
Tell me who has the final say.
Jehovah has the final say.
And no matter what comes my way,
Jehovah has the final say.
and no matter what the people say,
Jehovah has the final say.
I
have
have
no reason to fear.
I
I
have
have no reason to
the
fear.
Lord is, oh yes he is,
The
yeah.
Lord is my light.
I have no reason,
I have no reason to fear.
I
I
have
have no reason to
the
fear.
Lord
is my light.
is, oh yes he is,
The
yeah.
Lord is my light.
Tell me who has the final say.
Jehovah has the final say.
Tell me who has the final say. Yeah.
Jehovah has the final say.
And no matter what people say,
Jehovah has the final say.
and no matter what the doctor says,
Jehovah has the final say.
I
I
have
have no reason to fear.
I
I
have
have no reason to
the
fear.
Lord
is my light.
is, oh yes he is,
The
yeah.
Lord is my light.
I have no reason,
I have no reason to fear.
I
I have
have
no reason to
the
fear.
Lord
The Lord is my light.
is, oh yes he is,
The Lord
yeah.
is my light.
I have no reason,
I have no reason to fear.
I
I
have
have no reason to fear.
I have no reason,
I have no reason to fear.
I have no
I
reason,
have no reason to fear.
you have no
You
reason,
have no reason to fear.
you have no reason,
You have no reason to fear.
we have no
We
reason,
have no reason to fear.
we have no
We
reason,
have no reason to fear.
I have no reason,
I have no reason to fear.
I have no reason,
I have no reason to fear.
I have no
I
reason,
have no reason to fear.
I have no
I
reason.
have no reason to
The
fear.
Lord
Lord is my light.
is, oh yes he is,
The Lord
yeah.
is my light.
Sing it again,
The Lord
yeah.
is my light.
Oh,
The Lord is my light.
yeah.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome. I'd like to begin our celebration this morning of Olga's life with a moment of silence. And in the silence of our hearts, let us recall how Olga's life has been a gift to us. Let us remember how her life has touched our own lives, and in that spirit, let us thank her for the gifts, but more importantly, the memories that she has given to us. O God, who by the glorious resurrection of your Son, Jesus Christ, destroyed death and brought life and immortality to light, grant that your servant Olga, being raised with him, may know the strength of his presence and rejoice in his eternal glory. We ask this through Christ the Lord. Amen. Now, our readings this morning, our first one is entitled A Poem by Arnold Crompton. When I have moved beyond you in the adventure of life, gather in some pleasant place and there remember me with spoken words. Old and new, let a tear fall, if you will, but let a smile come quickly, for I have loved the laughter of life. Do not linger too long with your solemnities. Go and eat and drink and talk, and when you can, follow a woodland trail, climb a mountain, sleep beneath the stars, swim in a cold river, chew the thoughts of some book that challenges your soul. Use your hands some bright day and make a thing of beauty, or to lift someone's heavy load. Though you mention not my name, though no thought of me crosses your mind, I shall be with you. For these have been the realities of life to me. And when you face some crisis with anguish, when you walk alone with courage, when you choose the right path, when you give yourself in love, I shall be very close to you. I have followed the valleys, I have climbed the heights of life. And secondly, a Great Spirit prayer that says, O Great Spirit, whose voice I hear in the wind, whose breath gives life to all the world, hear me. I need your strength and your wisdom. Let me walk in beauty and make my eyes ever behold the red and purple sunsets. Make my hands respect the things that you have made and my ears sharp to hear your voice. Make me wise so that I may understand the things that you have taught my people. Help me to remain calm and strong in the face of all that comes towards me. Let me learn the lessons that you have hidden in every leaf and in every rock. Help me seek pure thoughts and act with the intention of helping others. Help me find compassion without empathy overwhelming me. I seek strength, not to be greater than my brother or sister, but to fight my greatest enemy, myself. Make me always ready to come to you with clean hands and straight eyes, so when life fades as a fading sunset, my spirit may come to you without shame. And I'd like to begin my reflection this morning with the use of some simple symbols: candle, a match, and the flame. Flame represents Olga's life burning bright for all the world to see. It takes that flame to light our candle. Candle symbolizes the memories that Olga has left with us over the years. The flame that we use to light that candle slowly extinguishes itself. Olga's no longer with us in a physical way. Those memories continue to burn on in the candle. More importantly, those memories continue to burn on in our hearts. And when we leave here this morning, we will burn out this candle, but we must remember that we can relight that candle at any time and at any place. All we have to do is think of those memories. Olga will always burn a very special light in each of our hearts, and it is because of that very special light that she gave us that we gather here this morning to share those memories. But as we remember Olga, it's important to realize that we do go on living, and experiencing a death really should take us to a point in our lives to reevaluate, look at our journey, possibly make some changes as we look forward. And there's a brief story that I would like to read that's entitled "The Station," and it may give us some insight as to how to live. Tucked away in our subconscious is an idyllic vision. We see ourselves in a long trip that spans the continent, and we're traveling along by train. Out the windows, we drink in the scene of cars on nearby highways, children waving at a crossing, cattle grazing on a distant hillside, smoke pouring from a power plant, row upon row of corn and wheat, flatlands, valleys, mountains, rolling hillsides. But uppermost in our minds is the final destination. Bands will be playing, flags waving. Once we get there, our dreams will come true and all the pieces of our lives will fit together like a jigsaw puzzle. How restlessly we pace those aisles, cursing the minutes for loitering as we are waiting for the station. When we reach the station, that will be it, we cry. When I'm 18, when I buy a new Mercedes-Benz, when I put the last child through college, when I've paid off the mortgage, when I get a promotion. When I reach the age of retirement, I shall live happily ever after. Sooner or later, we must realize that there is no station, no one place to arrive at once and for all, and that the true joy of life is the trip. Station is only a dream. It constantly outdistances us. It isn't the burdens of today that'll drive us all mad. It's the regrets over yesterday and the fear of tomorrow. Regret and fear are twin thieves who can rob us of today. So stop pacing the aisles and stop counting the miles. Instead, climb more mountains, eat more ice cream, go barefoot more often, swim more rivers, watch more sunsets, laugh more. Life must be lived as we go along. The station will come soon enough. So if you need permission to eat more ice cream, you got it, right? So we are going to begin a time of some family reflections, and I believe Tina's going to start us off this morning.
Good morning, everyone. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Tina. I am Olga's daughter. I am the second oldest of 4 girls. I know a lot of you have come a long way to be with us here today to pay your respects to my mother, and for that I'm truly grateful. My mom was an original. She was truly one of a kind. Crazy as hell, but she was a beautiful woman. My mother had this energy about her, this vibe, this swag. She was you just naturally wanted to be around her. Just talking, laughing, you know. You're just naturally drawn to her. My mother meant a lot to a lot of people. But for me, she was my first love. She was my heart, my queen. I could go to her about anything, whether it was being with somebody from a different race or have the courage to come out to her. It didn't matter. Good or bad, she accepted me for who I was. Throughout my life, my mom was there for me. She was just present through all my softball games, fighting competitions, school functions, to the birth of my 2 girls. She was there, and it didn't stop there for her. She was there for my girls as well. She was there for their first day of school every year, their games, holidays, birthdays. She was just there. giving all her love and support, always, just always there. And for that, Mom, I appreciate you, and I love you. To my daughters, Elizabeth and Isabel, your grandma loved and adored you both. She was so proud of both of you, of the women that you guys have become. Such beautiful and kind souls. You are her world, her absolute joy. She loved all her grandkids and daughters. Each and every one of you hold a special bond in her hearts. And to Jay, I want to thank you for loving my mom and showing her what true devotion is. And for that, I will be forever grateful to you, and you will always be a part of our family. Just thank you for always loving me, Mom. My love for you is endless. I love you, Mom.
And ask if there's anyone else. I believe there are a few other people that wanted to say a few words about Olga this morning. If you could please come forward. Pardon? Okay, is there anyone else?
Hello, everyone. I'm Vanessa. I'm Olga's youngest daughter. As my sister did before me, I would like to thank everyone for joining us, although I'm not surprised. My mother was deeply loved by so many. She had an essence of her that would light up any room that she stepped into, a smile that would captivate anyone's soul, and hugs that would just heal your sorrow. She had this magical way of making everyone around her feel loved and accepted and beautiful. A simple 10-minute conversation with her would turn your entire skies from gray to blue. You could feel at your absolute lowest, and she would pick you up, kiss you, and tell you in her gentle, loving voice that you are perfect just as you are. And I'm sorry for this next part, but she would say, fuck anybody else who didn't think I saw. You never felt her judgment, although she had a lot to say about it. Her love for you remained deep. I hear stories of her smile and laughter all around me, so I know everyone feels the same. My mother was simply the best. She was the best mother, the best grandmother, great grandma, sister, auntie, and cousin that anyone could ever ask for. My mother had 4 girls, but she and I carried a special bond like no other. She wasn't just my mother. She was my best friend, and I made sure the entire world would know it. I wanted to bloom bright and experience so much in the world, and with each experience that I planned, Mom had to be a part of it. There was no one else that I wanted to share them with but my mom. Everything always was better if Mom was there. Feeling sad, go to Mom. Booking a trip, call Mom with the details. Just received exciting news, call Mom first. She is my queen, and I am her beautiful baby. She showed and gave me undeniable love. She would remind me of my worth, intelligence, strength, and beauty every day. My mom would always tell me how proud she was of me, and that I can do anything I set my mind to. She would tell me that I was destined for greatness, but never placed the pressure. Each time I reached a goal, my mom would say, "That's my baby, but what's next?" And that would fuel me to push even harder for the next one. She would pick me up when I was weak and make me feel invincible. My mother shaped me into the woman that I am today, and the woman that I would become for my future. The sickness ran fast, and it ran deep. But she always made sure to put a smile on. I hear whispers of her stubbornness, but all I ever saw was strength. I know you weren't always as strong as you would have liked to be, Mom, but you made damn sure that I would carry enough strength for myself and our family. As we were driving in the car to my grandpa's funeral, my mother kept repeating, "I have to be strong for my sissy. I have to be strong for my sissy." In the hospital, I heard the same whispers from my sisters. "I have to be strong for Vanessa." What my sisters didn't know is our mom had been preparing me for this moment. She knew exactly what to do and what I needed. My mother passed down the strength to endure and to remain selfless. She told me not to worry and not to be afraid, because she was always going to be right by my side and grab me the strength that I needed to get through everything. She told me to always take care of each and every one of you. And don't let all the grudges last too long. She looked at me and said, "I know you're not ready, but when my time comes, the family will need your strength and your love. Your nieces and nephews look up to you, and they will need you to guide them and love them just as hard as I did, and I will. That I will be strong because she will give me her strength and never leave my side. I know my mother's energy is here with us now, and the body that we're crying all over is merely just the vessel from this life. She never left me, and she never will. My mother believed death meant that you would no longer suffer, that all of your pain, worry, and suffering would vanish. And she always said to all of us that God will be waiting for me at his white pearly gates with his arms wide open to accept her. And I would always joke with her and say, "I don't know, Mom, are you sure you're gonna get in?" And she would always smack my legs and just say, "Hi, Vanessa." But I knew the truth. It's Mom. Of course she's getting in. The pain has shifted. My mother is no longer in pain. We are. We mourn over you, Mama, but let us worry about that. You gave us all the tools that we needed to push past the pain and into the joyous memories that are you. My vow to you, Mom, I promise to protect everyone, to be our strength when we have none, to guide, love, protect, and heal, to not let us drift too far, to push everyone to strive for their absolute best and catch them when they fall, to tell them to get up when they fail and wipe their tears away when they feel defeated, just as you did, Mom. I promise to keep your memory alive with the glory of your love My children's children will share stories of their crazy grandma. He told us when the time came to celebrate your life, and I intend to celebrate you until my day comes, and I get to be with you once more. I will continue to make you proud. Rest easy, my queen.
You are inside of me. You are everything
try to make this short and sweet like my grandmother was. My grandmother, I would call her G-Mama. We had a different type of relationship, something real special. Most hear the title grandmother and think exactly that's the role she played in my life. And for those that know me know that's not the role she played at all. She was much more than that. Our relationship was so much more than that. As most knew, I grew up with Vanessa, so naturally, I feel like that's my sister. I never looked at her any less. So naturally, I looked at my grandmother like I was her son, nothing, never less. And I acted as she was my mother, nothing, ever less. The bond me and my grandmother had, I grew to understand that I would never have with anyone else. The bond was unique. I could express myself and never be judged. I never had to be fake. I never had to tone things down. And I admired her and loved her for that. She let me be me. We had many great conversations that will be missed. We spoke of music, art, movies, and conspiracies, which I loved. We loved talking about conspiracies. And we always managed to laugh through all the bullshit, and I loved it. She was always one to say, fuck it. And I love that even more. She did an awesome job of never making me feel less through my life, but always boosting my self-esteem through all the confusing times that I had. She did a great job building me up when my father wasn't there. She was always there with compliments to make my day better. To her, I could do no wrong. To her, I'm the most handsome man in the room. To her, I'm everything. Whenever I'm with her, she always found a way to spoil me, but never with gifts. But she always found a way to make me feel like I'm the most important person in the room. Whether it was making my favorite dish, which my family knows is chicken tacos. Every time I came to visit, everyone knew that's what we're having. You're not having nothing else. She would always speak highly of me, no matter what. I didn't have to accomplish anything. I could have came in last, and she would love me for me. And that unconditional love I will cherish for the rest of my life. She taught me so many things during her life, but the most important thing, in my opinion, is confidence. She was never short of confidence, and she installed it into me, and it'll last forever and through my kids and through theirs. Hopefully her legend will be throughout the years. G-Mama, today I smoked and thought of you today, or today I smoked and thought of you today. But that's nothing new. I thought about you yesterday and the days before that too. I think about you in silence. Me and the kids often speak your name. Now all we have are memories and pictures in the frame. I'll keep your memory in my keepsake so we will never be apart. God has you in his presence for now, so I'll keep you in my heart. Today I celebrate your strength and grateful for our time. Forever smoke to our love, for our love was one of a kind. I'll keep Elvis alive in my home, chicken tacos on my plate, until we meet again at the Paradise Gates. I love you, G-Mama.
Do you want to say that I love you, Grandma, into the speaker? Okay.
everybody. I am the second to the youngest, Olivia. My sisters have said it all, perfectly said it about our mother. She was so bright and loud. I don't know if we knew any other volume but loud. I remember her voice, and the last word she told me was, "I'm so proud of you." How she looks at you, you know exactly how she's feeling, that she loves you, and she's cherishing her own moment. Everyone's gonna have a story, a memory of our mother. Our family, my sisters, myself, would want you guys to remember our mother and the crazy lady that our Chewy would always call her, that we know. Remember your aunt and your sisters, your friends, your grandma, the woman we will all miss. We were grateful to spend more time with our mother during these past few days. And I want to thank you guys for helping me through this. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Ready, sister? Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Elizabeth, daughter to Tina and granddaughter to this special lady right here. I'd like to thank everyone for coming today. I know it would mean a lot to my grandma and my intermediate family, and it's wonderful to see how much everyone cared about my grandma and how much she was so loved. My grandma was a remarkable woman. She was a wonderful combination of warmth and kindness, laughter and love. She was so beautiful. She graced all of us with her beauty. I love when she always had her hair done and her nails done and always had her jewelry. She always loved her jewelry and always had the nice bag. My best memories with Grandma are anytime I would always come over and we would be watching her soap operas and gossiping and always talking about nonsense, as she liked to call it. Then sometimes she would ask me, "Liz, baby, can you help Grandma with her eyebrows and eyelashes for me?" Of course, Grandma, how could I say no to that? I'd do anything for my grandma. And I'm so thankful for my grandma because she has blessed me with such a beautiful and loving family. And I thank her for giving me such a wonderful mom, a wonderful aunt, and a wonderful Nina, and another wonderful aunt. I love my family so much, and I know she loves her family as well. She was always big on family, wanting everybody to be together. And that's what I want to try to do, is for our family to stick together. I could thank her for so many things, bringing laughter to our lives, watching over me when I was younger. I'd love every second with her. She'd always hug me and say, "Oh, my baby, such a hard worker." Yes, Grandma, because you taught me like that, and I thank her because she made me who I am today. She was the best grandma you could ever ask for, and she was such a crazy lady. We'd always call her crazy lady, and she's my special lady. And I love her, and she was one of my most precious ladies in my life. I would do anything for her. She meant the world to me, and she made a big impact in my life. But I know she's right here with me to the end, and she's not gone. She's always gonna be right here with me and everyone else. So, we're gonna be okay, Grandma. You have a strong family. You'll always be in our mind and forever in our hearts, Grandma. I love you. Thank you.
First of all, I want to say thank you for everyone that's coming out to celebrate this. Oh, my bad. This wonderful time. Oh, girl, go ahead. This wonderful time that we have here. My heart goes out to the family, the friends, everyone that's here with us today. Also, I want to let you guys know you guys are more than welcome to always come to my house. I have never moved anything around since she passed. I have not had the heart to do that, so everything is still the same. She left it. Also, she dragged us all to go see an Elvis movie. That was the longest movie ever. Oh my God, that was a long movie. But we did it because we loved her. And most likely we would probably do it again. The one thing that she always wanted to let everyone know is that she loved you guys all. She is always with you guys, knowing that she is not here in the physical world with you guys. She did have a plan to, what do they call them? The medium people come in.
For like a seance?
Yeah, she wanted to do one of those.
Like a seance?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I told her that if this day would ever come, that we would do that for her. She always wanted everyone to remember the good times that she had with you guys, laughter, the sad times. Also, she always wanted to let each and every one of you know that she loved you guys very much. She would not change anything for anything again. Thank you.
Thank you.
With the sentiment share, are you speaking? Okay, one more? Yep.
Hi, I just want to say really quickly that there are only 2 people I know that have grown up without an example of a loving home, and those 2 people are my auntie and my Mimi. And the most beautiful thing that those 2 have done is to take all that pain and to turn it into love so strong that you can't not feel it when they have their arms around you. They managed to turn such suffering and they really went through it together, but they had the both brightest smiles and the loudest laughter. I remember so many parties that I would go to, and one of the signs that it was a real party is if I heard her laughter throughout the whole house. It was really fast, and I know that like we're all struggling to like make sense of what holidays will be like without hearing her cackle through the house. But she really created a wonderful family, and I think that's the most beautiful part about her. Thank you.
I thought about, let me see if I can get through this. I thought about if I would be able to come up here and speak today. But how could I not? She's my sissy. We have been together from the beginning when we were separated from our parents. Our siblings, all of us, we were separated from our family. I know a lot of you don't know, but we were, like my brother, they were separated in twos. My sister and I, we ended up together. And from that day on, it was her and I. She became my best friend. My first best friend I ever had. A mom. My mom. She took care of me. Protected me. It was crazy. But also, always by my side. It's so hard to wrap up and say everything I would love to say about her. But everybody has done it so well. My nieces have said all the words that I have felt inside me so beautifully and expressed who she is. But a part of her that brings me joy and laughter is a memory of, it was Christmas time. And she told me one of her favorite flowers was the placenta. And I said to my sister, "What did you say?" And she said, "The placenta." And I said, "Sister, it's a poinsettia." And she goes, "It is?" I said, "Yes. Do you not know what a placenta is?" And so we laughed and laughed about that. And then there's this other time when I lived in Moreno Valley, and we were having my brothers and family coming over for a barbecue to our home. And one of my brothers, I don't remember who, or one of the family members, they needed directions to our home, and we lived on Citadel. And she gave them directions to the Citadel. And they finally called me and said they had been looking for the longest time for of the Citadel. And I said, oh my goodness, my sister had said that. And I said, no, it's Citadel. And so my sister and I laughed and laughed about that. She would not be offended about any of this because that was her. It was like she brought this joy about her and these special things that made you laugh, but also these great memories about her, that she just was just a joy. But then there was this other part of her that if you needed her, she was there. And like other people said, she made you feel like the most important person. And she did that of me. She, from day one, made me feel like I could do anything. I could be anyone. And I didn't really feel that way about me, but she made me feel that way, just like all of you have mentioned, that she has touched you in that way and made you feel special. I did feel that way, but I told her, no, you could do anything. You are so beautiful, so smart. She would say, you're the pretty one. I said, no, sissy, you're the pretty one. And we would laugh and we'd say it back and forth. No, you're the pretty one, sissy. No, you're the pretty one. And go back and forth on that, and then just start laughing with each other. I know I'm up here just rambling, but she would say, we never fought, we never argued. It's true. We never did. Not even when we were little. Not even when I was throwing rocks at a wall. And she didn't watch where she was going. I was playing. I was just having fun, and she didn't watch where she was going, and the rock hit her in the head. She ended up having stitches. I didn't get dinner and my, dessert that night, but, it's, all these memories of her. I will miss her. She has been at everything. Everywhere we go, we always say, we're going to be together. We'll sit together. We hold hands. It's been her and me. The thought of going on and her not being there, holding my hand like we always have, her hug, hearing her voice. And people say, it'll get better. The pain will get better. It just isn't right now. And she's my sissy. She's my other half. I don't know how to move on without her. But I know I will one day get better, but never be able to accept it. I'm never going to accept it, but I just feel lost right now. I don't know. She's my everything. She's my sissy. And I love her. And I look out at all of you here and I go, look how many people she touched. Look at all of you. She touched you. She made all of you feel so special and loved. My nieces, what an amazing, incredible job she did of raising you guys. I have watched you through this process. This is so difficult. I am so proud of you girls. My nieces, Zach, it's like she did this. She made you guys so strong. It's because of her love and who she is. I love how my sister, I wish I was like her. She was free. She was who she was. She wasn't afraid to be who she was. I wish I was more like her. That is who we should be, by the way. Be more like her. Don't try to be perfect. Don't worry about what anyone says out there. Say F you. Be yourself. You know? Anyway, thank you for coming.
Two more brief ones.
And then, yes, we'll be quick. I'll try to be quick. I know. I told Tina that she should, I'm a niece of my Aunt Olga's. I'm Esther's daughter, who was just speaking. This is my sister Joanna, also Esther's daughter. I told Tina when we were talking about speaking at the service that she's like, I'm just gonna go for it. I'm not gonna write anything down. I'm just gonna speak from my heart. And I was like, cousin, you probably should try to write like down some bullet points or something. And then last night I was trying to write some bullet points and I couldn't do it. But I tried, and then I forgot them. So I sat there, and I just tried to write some notes. So talk about rambling, Mom, I'm probably gonna ramble too. One of my most recent great memories of my auntie was this past January for my daughter's birthday. She's turning 26, and we always have fun when we're doing parties and try to be creative between us cousins and stuff. We're always like, okay, what are we gonna do? How are we gonna do this? And I thought, let's play Squid Games, because it's COVID, Omicron was out, and everybody was getting sick. I had just got over it. My dad was healing from some respiratory stuff. Of course, Auntie, we don't want to get her sick, and so I was like, how do we keep everybody safe? Well, let's play Squid Games outside at a park. And I made her play, and I made her try not to die. I might have been a little too cutthroat, because the first game was, if you guys have watched the movie, it's where they red light, green light, and I had everybody, so there's 20 people or more lined up, and my auntie and my mom are there, and my dad, he's the crazy person with the little girl with the face.
Doll.
Yeah, and as soon as they said green light, I see everybody running, and I see my mom and her sister at first. Were you guys holding hands? I don't know. But then they let go, and they're running, and I do regret. I was like, you're out, Auntie. Why didn't I let her play a little bit more? But I think the next thing I think of is there's all these feelings, and I'm angry. And I'm angry at COVID, because the last few years we were robbed of time. I'm angry. I have shock that this isn't real, that I feel like this isn't her time.
I feel like not her. And I recently heard a Freud quote, and Freud says that when we're mourning a death, that we're supposed to release them. We're supposed to relinquish the person. And if we don't relinquish them, we end up with pathological mourning. This mourning that doesn't end, and he called it melancholia. And I feel like today we're supposed to release her. We're supposed to share these memories and let her go so that we don't end up with pathological mourning, this mourning that never ends, and I don't know how to release her. All of my memories from my childhood or from her. I was super jealous of my brother. That was her godson. You'd wake up in the morning and she'd be like, "Oh, good morning, mija." She'd give you a hug and you're like, "Yes." And then my brother would walk in the door and she'd be like, "Oh, my godson, my beautiful, handsome godson." And then I'm like, what the heck? Like, I never felt like enough when godson was in the room. And but she did. I learned how to drive with her. With Olivia, Betsy. I learned how to drive a stick shift in the MPV, was it? The Mazda MPV. My first serious boyfriend, she told him to keep his thing in his pants, and he didn't. I got pregnant. I did my first theft with my aunt, right, Olivia? We were up in Gilroy visiting my Auntie Linda, and I don't know whose idea it was, but somebody was like, they were harvesting, and there were potatoes or garlic or something, and they had big old bags, and they were like, "Let's go get some." And I was like, "Okay." So we drove up in the middle of the night, and then somebody turned on a light, and I was still out there in the field trying to pull this thing, and they were like, "Mija, run!" And the car kept started moving, and Olivia pulled me in as I was running. But anyways, so many crazy, funny stories, and I just know that we all have them. She was our best friend. My cousins are my best friends. My cousins are my girls' best friends, and their kids are my girls' best friends. And we love her so much, and she was my mom's protector. When my mom was little and they were in foster homes, I know there's stories of my mom getting abused, and my auntie would open a window and she'd say, "Come on, sissy, we're leaving." And they would just go out the window and wander the streets until CPS picked them up again. And when she got bullied, because there's colorism in the Mexican community, my mom's darker, and if people made fun of her for being darker, she'd beat them up. And if people made fun of my mom because she's shy or quiet, she'd beat them up. It was just what she was gonna do. She was my mom's protector through their whole lives. And when my aunt got sick, my mom got to be her protector. She got a binder. Anna, remember y'all had that binder? And they were writing down every single medication and when did she take it and because they weren't gonna let my aunt go. They were gonna work and save her, and everybody worked so hard with that binder. But y'all know my aunt, she's stubborn. No, what did you say? She's strong. And she needed her independence, and she did such a great job for so long. We had her with us for so much longer than we thought. And I just miss her so much. So I'm gonna try to release her. I don't want to be stuck with pathological mourning. I don't want melancholia. But I just feel like it wasn't enough time. So I thank you all for being here tonight, today. And I know tonight's gonna help us to release her, to relinquish her. And I'm so glad that I get to do that with all of you. Thank you.
You can stay here. You can hold me. I'll be More brief, because I know the time, and if my family knows me, you know.
That's super brief for her.
No, I'll be more brief. I wanted to share some things about Auntie because, like everybody, she felt, or she made me feel like I was so special. I was also a quiet one when I was young, and I feel like, just like with my brother Chris, he's more reserved. She would go out of her way to make us feel welcome. She would go out of her way to make us feel noticed because we wouldn't put ourselves forward to be noticed. She's really good at making everyone feel seen and like they belonged and how loved they were. I had some times when I was younger that we would go and visit, and one summer I stayed with her in Moreno Valley, and she had no limits on the love, the talking, the questions I could ask. There were questions that I didn't feel comfortable asking my family or my friends. I could ask her anything, and she would, no judgment, give me the answer, maybe with a laugh, maybe with a joke. I would lay in her lap, and she would play with my hair. And then, if I was doing her hair, she would most likely fall asleep, sitting up or in the middle of the conversation. But people would say that she's the crazy aunt, and she was. She could be inappropriate. She liked to push your boundaries. She liked to get a reaction out of you. And in a lot of ways, although I started timid, I'm the crazy sister or sibling in my family, and that gives me comfort. Makes me happy to be like her. So whenever I think of things that she would say or how she would comment, I smile, although my heart hurts, and know that she will be with me forever. I've spent a lot of time not believing that this is real. We all know that our time's limited and that Auntie's time was limited, but I'm still struggling to put together that this beautiful, bigger than life, crazy, loving, wonderful person isn't physically here. I know she's still with us and loving us in spirit, making jokes and squeezing us tight, but like many of you and like my sister, I can't say goodbye. I couldn't at the hospital, and I can't today. It's just gonna be, I'll feel you soon. I'll love you, connect with you, and you're not gone. And there are no goodbyes. I love you so, so much, Auntie.
Good morning. My name is Peter Hernandez. I'm this beautiful lady's, this crazy lady's first husband, only husband. Many, many moons ago we married. As you heard from my beautiful daughters, the wonderful things that she was, and she was at that. That's what drew me to her. We were high school sweethearts. She was a wonderful woman. She still is. She was taken from us early. I'm saddened that my family feels this way. It breaks my heart. But she was a wonderful woman. She taught my daughters well, as you can see by what their answers were. She made them laugh. She taught them how to love. And for that, I'm thankful for her. She'll be missed. Olga, I love you. I will always love you. Con todo mi corazón, siempre te amor. I will miss you. Thank you.
These sentiments shared this morning about Olga, I pose the question to you, what brought you here this morning? There's a lot of things that you could be doing, but you're here to honor Olga's presence in your life. To think about, what did she teach you? Maybe what lessons have you learned from her? And then how will you pass those lessons on to others that you interact with on a daily basis, very much keeping her spirit alive and well as you go forward from this day. There's a book that came out a few years ago entitled Tuesdays with Maury. And in that book, towards the end, there's a line that says, "Death ends a life, not a relationship. Death ends a life, not a relationship." And a relationship will go on in a very unique and certainly in a very special way through the things that Olga has taught you and the lessons that you've learned from her. So I'd like you to take a few moments now to reflect upon your thoughts of Olga within your heart and spirit as we honor her with a song. As we continue our prayer this morning for Olga, I ask you to please join me in praying the Lord's Prayer. Together, Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, now and forever. Amen. I know several people had spoken of that power of being able to release Olga and set her free. So in that spirit, I read this poem that says, "Olga, into the freedom of wind and sunshine, we let you go. Into the dance of the stars and the planets, we let you go. Into the wind's breath and the hands of the star maker, we let you go. We love you, we miss you, we want you to be happy. Go safely, go dancing, go running home." And gracious one, we ask you to hear our prayers this morning as we grieve the loss of Olga in our earthly lives. And just as in the beginning of this ceremony, we lit a candle to symbolize the memories that Olga has left with us, so now we'll extinguish this candle because the memories are more deeply rooted in us because of our sharing. Let us never forget the candle can be lit again at any time and at any place. All we have to do is think of those memories. And before our closing song, certainly on behalf of Olga's family, I would like to thank the gift of our choir this morning, the gift of their music, the gift of their presence to honor Olga's life. As you go forward from this day, live that precious gift of life. Amen.
Truth is I'm tired, options are few. I'm trying to pray, but where are you? I'm all churched down, hurt and abused. I can't fake what's left to do. Truth is I'm weak, no strength to fight, no tears to cry, even if I tried, but still my soul refuses to die. One touch will change my life. Take me to the King. I don't have much to bring. My heart is torn in pieces. It's my offering. Lay me at the throne. Leave me there alone to gaze upon your glory and sing to you the song. Please take me to the King. Truth is, it's time to stop playing these games. We need a word, oh, for the people's pain. So Lord, speak right now. Let it fall like rain. We're desperate. We're chasing after you. Oh, no rules, no religion. I've made my decision to run to you, the healer that I need. Take me to the King. I don't have much to bring. My heart is torn in pieces. It's my offering. Lay me at the throne. Leave me there alone to gaze upon your glory. the King. Take me to the King. Take me to the King.